Where can I see this?
What's up, guys? I hope you're having a great night. And I should say, guys and ladies, hope you're having a great one right now. Um, we're trying to get everything situated so that my wife can watch the comment section. All right, guys. So, real exciting. Another Michael Myers figure. Two in as many days. So, we're going to go ahead and bust this one down. I've got a couple of Michael Myers figures that are on the actual desk right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and look at these and just kind of see what's what, and we're just gonna compare them to what's in the actual box. So this should be pretty exciting. So I've got this came today, and it came actually late, and so I want to go ahead and take it out. I only opened the box just so we didn't have to do that later, and I want to go ahead and pull this out, and bam! This is the Halloween 2, the Ultimate Michael Myers. And Dick Warlock was Michael Myers in this specific film, which was kind of cool. This is the 7-inch figure. I'm going to open up I'm just looking at it first. I'm going to open this up so we can see inside. And you get a nice image of Michael. And what I want to do is zoom in a little bit so you guys can see everything. Hopefully you can see that. But we get a nice image of Michael Myers there, which is really cool. Then you also, inside of the packaging here, you get Michael. He's got two different head sculpts. My favorite is the one with the eyes shot out. I just think that looks really cool. He also has the pumpkin, which I believe splits open. He's got 3 additional hands, and he's also got some weapons there as well. So this is really cool. I showed you the front, and I love the way that pumpkin. I always like that pumpkin with that skeleton face in it. I think that looks cool. I've got a 1/6 scale replica of that someone gifted me. And while I'm thinking about it, let me slide around here and I'll grab it because I do want to show that. I do keep it on display, and I'll show you some awesome person in the community made this for me, and they just gave it to me, and it was really neat. So here it is, and I think that looks really good too. Let's see. Hopefully you guys, my camera will focus. Don't look like it. Come on, camera, work with me. Switching to manual now. Yeah, so that looks really good too, and I really like that a lot. I think it's really, really, really cool. So you got that. I'm gonna leave that on the table for right now, but I do want to focus in on this guy right here because I think this is pretty incredible. I love the way this looks. On the side of the box here, you get Halloween. You get that pumpkin again. On the back of the box, you get an image of Michael right after um, Dead Eye Lori, as I call her, because she was like in the dark and shot 2 perfect shots into both eyes. He's got the scalpel right here, and you see the pumpkin there. You see Michael there with the Dick Warlock. Now, I don't think this was the original mask. It might have been. I can't remember, but I know it got stretched some sort of way. That's why it looks slightly different than the 78 Myers. But I just think it looks really good. And then there's that alternate sculpt right here. So really, really cool. And it says right here, while Sheriff Brackett and Dr. Loomis hunt for Michael Myers, a traumatized Lori is rushed to the hospital, and the serial killer is not far behind her. So we need to go ahead and get Lori as well, because I think we need the Lori that is for that's appropriate for this time period, because we don't have her. We just got old lady Lori, which is like back there. But I would love to get Lori from like a hospital scene Lori, and then NECA at this point, especially after having the Jason license on hold, they have got to go ahead and pull the trigger and grab the license to the 7/8 Myers. I think you just got to at this point. All right, we're going to open this guy up, see what we got. I love these Ultimates because I think they're really cool. I want to try to pull the background out.
Sean D said he's getting his Wednesday. He looks awesome.
What up, Sean D? Yeah, he does. If you look inside here, I can't really pull this out, but I think you can see it enough. There's like a hospital scene in there with the door. I don't know if this is the room or not, because if he was like banging on the door and he just bust through it, that was at the end when Dr. Loomis and Lori were in there and they started turning on the oxygen. I don't know if you've seen that movie in a while, but I watched it like the other night, so I know it very well. And Michael came in and he stabbed Dr. Loomis, and Lori walked over to him, and she shot twice, both eyes, and he was still coming. So it was just really epic, and I really liked it a lot. Now, I do not have my wire snips tonight, unfortunately, so I'm just going to rip through this real quick so that we can keep it moving. And here we are, Michael Myers. And so what I want to do is I'm going to adjust him so that you guys can get a good look at him. I'm going to compare him to the 1/6 scale, and I'm also going to compare him to...
He's seen a lot of people getting theirs with the leg longer than the other one.
My legs seem to be pretty on point, actually. I'm shocked. Looking at it now, one of my ankles is a little off, but he looks pretty good right now. I would probably use this guy on a stand, and I'm just up here now trying to balance him out, because Michael doesn't really stand gap legged. I mean, maybe a little bit, but he stands pretty much up. This table's kind of wonky too, but I'm trying to get his balance going in the right direction. But so far he looks good. I'm just looking at his actual legs, and they look symmetrical, that I can tell, which is good. He does have the diaper, this lower part here, and I want to try to zoom in. That's what I was trying to do, is get back here so you guys could really see this as I'm messing about with him. Let me get a little closer. There you go. So now you should be able to, hopefully you can see him pretty well. Try to get him in the red as much as I can. But he'll stand. I mean, I want to do some adjustments. I'm going to put him on one of those stands, but I'm scared to really move him around. These joints are super tight. He does have the head tilt, so that's awesome. The collar is popped. He does have the little hole in the side of the neck, which is cool. I'm going to give you some close-ups, so just stay with me. He looks down about that much. He looks up pretty good, too, so not bad. You okay? The elbow bends really good, actually.
Sorry.
So that, you're fine. The elbow bends really good. There's a live video, so you know those kinds of things happen. The arm does go out, but I'm not going to push it much past that. It may go 90. I'm not going to try it because he just seems a little tight. The leg is bends about that much. You do have an ankle, nice ankle rocker. Look at that ankle. I don't know how well y'all can see that or not. So he's got an ankle rocker going on here. So it looks like a pretty solid figure. I popped his wrist off. He does have some rotation in the wrist. So he's got a swivel there. But otherwise, I think he looks pretty good. I mean, general NECA shenanigans with the way he stands. Their figures just are weird the way they stand. They don't always stand well. You just got to play with them to get it just right. And so we got him to stand up now. So I'm happy with that. He does have an alternate head sculpt here, which I think is freaking pretty epic. That thing looks really good.
With the scalpel.
Oh,
it was the main weapon.
No doubt. I'm displaying them with the scalpel also, because I've got so many Michaels with the butcher knife. I'm doing that as well. That's why I displayed my 40 years later with the hammer, because I just want to do something a little different. But this head sculpt looks really good, so I really like that one. You've also got the other head sculpt, which I think you gotta have on this Michael Myers, because this is really what made part 2 so special, is this head sculpt right here.
Retro Force says this looks different than the promo pictures.
It does look different, but I think different in a better way. I like the way this actually looks. I wasn't sure. Specifically, this head sculpt I think looks really good, and I'm going to go ahead and put this head sculpt on just so you guys can really see it. And sorry I'm fighting with the focus right now, because I'm like on the opposite side of the controls of the camera, so bear with me. There we go. So that's how he looks. We're going to take this head sculpt off because I'm just not going to use it. And it pops off pretty straightforward. And it's a nice head sculpt, but that's the standard one. I'm going to put on the crying face Michael, because I think it looks really good. Popped right in, nice, solid, click in, and I just think that's that's how it should look. I think that looks great. You guys let me know what you think. I think that really looks awesome. So let's go ahead and pop these hands out and see what we got in the hand department. So right off the bat, we get a grabbing hand, which is cool. We get a holding weapon hand. And the work on these hands, again, for the scale is amazing. You can see all the little, I want to see if I can show y'all this because you got to see it up close to appreciate it. You can see all the little pits and things in that hand. It looks really, really solid. So I really like the way that looks. So I thought that was really cool. There we go. All right. And he's got another grabbing hand. So he's got two grabbing hands. He's got his scalpel hand and his open hand. That's probably how I'm going to leave him, just the way he came in the box. So nothing spectacular there. You do have this pumpkin, and I want to say that this pumpkin opens up, if I remember correctly.
Retro Force says the bloody eyes look better than the clean head.
Oh, no doubt. This pumpkin opens up. Look, Trent. I love this thing, and I think it's on the swivel. This is so freaking sick. Now, if you don't like this, you're crazy. Look at the detail on that skull with the busted open pumpkin. This is so amazing. I love this. This is awesome, you guys. That is a great accessory. Good job, NECA. Y'all did a good one on this. And let me make sure I got him in focus, y'all. I'm sorry. Because I want to make sure I give y'all everything in focus so you can see it. But this looks really good. Really solid piece. And when it closes, it just collapses back into a jack-o'-lantern. Really cool. Really like this piece as well. I wish they'd have given us one.
Sean said the pumpkin is the best accessory.
I wish they'd have given us one like this. But, you know, it is what it is because I do like that as well. All right, let's get back down to business. And let's get to the weapons. So inside of this packaging, we have a hammer, which is just a pretty standard old hammer. Looks like from Chucky, a reuse. My dog's going crazy. We got a nice, different type of knife. This isn't quite a butcher knife. What kind of knife? This is like a filleting knife? What is this? It's not a butcher knife. It's something else. It's got serrations in it. I can feel them. So that's cool. But it's a nice knife. Nice and pointy and long. It's not quite a butcher knife, but it's a cool accessory.
Retro said after seeing the pumpkin, he'll keep his pre-order.
Oh, yeah, I think it's definitely welcome. This is freaking awesome. If you remember the scene with the nurse, oh, my God. He took this needle and jammed it in her freaking head. This is the one that you want. This needle accessory is amazing. This is everything. It's even got the little syringe markings on it. So that's freaking awesome.
Alfredo said,
I love this. This is great.
Are you going to switch the head from the 2018 one?
I'm not going to do anything to the big 2018 or the little 2018 because I got both.
Sean said he also loved the extra detail NECA added with the exit wounds on his back.
All right, check this out. Now, this is cool, too. Hopefully, y'all can see that. There we go. That scalpel is legit, and I like it because it's a different type of weapon. And it's just perfect for a hospital scene. Yeah, this is cool. All right, let's get back to Michael. Back it up just a little bit. All right, let me go ahead and put the scalpel in his hand. And I just want to look at something real quick to make sure. Yeah. I always have the scalpel end backwards, but I think the cutting end goes forward. I always have it in backwards. So, but yeah, I think that looks good. He's got his scalpel in his hand right now. And I'm going to show you guys this up close. And I just think this is like a freaking awesome figure. I really like this because this is as close as we've gotten so far to the darn 78. And I know it's not Nick Castle. I get it, all of you Nick Castle fans out there. And I know it's not exactly I would like to have gotten this in quarter scale. I bet it gets announced at Toy Fair next year, a quarter scale version of this. But I just think it's pretty freaking stellar. This is a stellar release. This is, and I don't have all the NECA figures. I've kind of slowed down, you guys, on the Predators and on some of those releases, just because I want to make sure what I want to position that there. I want to make sure that I'm buying other things that I really need and want because I'm running out of space. But I think this is a knockout figure. I really like everything about it. Let me get you some close-ups of everything so you can see. Let me tighten up on this. So let's go in a little closer so you can see that head sculpt a little closer. If it's going to let me. Come on, camera. Don't do me like that. Let's do that. So I think that he looks really good from here. I'm just going to turn him and pivot him a little bit so you can kind of see what he looks like from the side. He just looks like the shape, man. And I like this mask. I didn't like it as much when I was a kid because I liked the Nick Castle so much. But as I've gotten older, I really do appreciate this look for Michael. The coveralls look good. You do see the bullet holes because at the very beginning of the movie, it picks up where the 78 leaves off. This is the main movie where they really introduce the fact that Michael, I don't know if you knew this or not, Trina, that where Michael and Lori were brother and sister, it was in that part 2. And that's where they really introduced that. There was a lot of great scenes in that movie where the guy got burned up by the car. Some good kills. Some good nudity for the time period. I was a little kid, so, sue me. The pumpkin looks great. There's the hands and all the accessories just kind of scattered across. And then there's the 2 other head sculpts. I do want to show y'all what this third head sculpt looks like, even though it's not my favorite head sculpt. I do want to show it to you. This one that's kind of the white one. Then I'll do some comparisons and we'll get out of here. So let me pull back up here because I do want to show that. Right, hold on. Always kicking something. Pop that one off. I got to get some of those head pegs that they sell too. The ones that you can put these extra heads on. There's that other head. You guys let me know what you think about that one. I think it looks really good. I don't think it looks as good as the crying face, but I think it looks good. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But I think that's a different kind of look. I always like to tilt him from that side, but I'm going to do something different. But yeah, I think that's cool. Have him looking over his shoulder. Have him have that scalpel down a little bit. That hip, his body language looks a little broken. There we go. Have his leg out. There we go. So yeah, I like the way that looks. I think that looks pretty clean. What do y'all think about that head sculpt? I think it's pretty solid. Just something a little different. I might try to get a custom of this made in the 1/6 actually, because I do like this a lot. Try to get out of the light so y'all can really see it. I don't like it better than the bullet wounds, but I do like it. Alright, comparison time. Let me go back to my go-to head. And the head goes on, you'll be happy, easy enough. It's a nice, satisfying pop, click. So you'll be happy about that. All of you guys that are afraid that you're going to break it, you should not have any issues as far as that goes with this. Because he's pretty good. I love this figure, you guys. I'm not just saying that because I love all my Michaels, but I love this figure. So let's go ahead and bring in the other Michael, which is the 40-year Michael. And I want to move this out of the way so you can see them kind of side by side. Both do have a somewhat wonky hip going on. Uh-oh. So just kind of FYI there. But they stand about the same. The coveralls are very different even though they're similar. They look about the same. So one's a lot deeper than the other. One has a much thicker neckline than the other. So they are different enough figures. Even though, and they're not supposed to be the same coveralls because Mike's been locked up So those are some new ones in the 40-year movie. But he stands about the same height, so you can assume it's the same dude, even though part 2 through whatever are not canon anymore. But you get what I'm trying to say. If I had to pick between these, though, it'd be part 2 all day long. I just think this figure looks better, especially with the bleeding eyes. That is a much better figure than that. And this is a good figure, not better than that figure, in my opinion. As a Michael Myers collector, you gotta have that part 2. I think it's important. Let's bring in the big boy part 2s. I've got 2 part 2 1/6 customs that I put together. One is from One's Custom, and the other is just like a hodgepodge of Michael Myers-ness that I've got. And I just want to show you what I've got so you can get an idea about how a 1/6 scale figure measures up. So the one on the left right here is a One's Custom figure. And my doggone, hold on y'all, I'm sorry, my freaking camera got off some kind of way. I want to fix that. There we go. So this is the One's Custom figure. The other is not. But as you can see, this other one has the crybaby eyes. This one right here. And he's got the butcher knife. And I like the way that looks. I think it's fine. Somebody did this, and I forget where I got those coveralls from, but I just kind of stuck them on there, and it works. But then there's the One's Custom head sculpt that I have, Dick Warlock, and I like it. I like it too, just to have 2, and that one's got the custom Halloween 2 base on it, as you can see. So that's how they compare to the 1/6 scale, and I think they'll look great in a mixed display, personally. And I have them all mixed up anyway. My NECA stuff and my 1/6 custom stuff, because I just kind of keep all my Michael Myers together. So yeah, overall, you guys, this figure is a home run. I think that he's worth pre-ordering, and he's going to be one that I think people are going to look back fondly on, because this is a solid release. I mean, especially with that scalpel and those eyes. Oh my God, that's just menacing. I think it looks good. I am going to work this hip a little bit to get him standing a little straighter than that. I'm pretty sure I can do it. That's not an issue. But I do want to get him more centered up so he doesn't look like one of his legs is longer than the other. Because somebody mentioned that it might be this little diaper suit that makes it that way, because they're about the same. But it's just how you have them stretched out, and you do have to spend some time getting these hips turned the right direction. But he looks pretty good once you get him right. Getting him right is the hard part. So I'm gonna spend some time working on this. But I mean, all in all, I think this is a really solid figure once you get him standing. Ooh. Yeah, I like this a lot. What you think?
Sean said, have you gotten the Ultimate Roy Barnes yet?
Nope, and y'all know I'm tripping because I ain't got Roy. I want to find Roy in the store because I'm such a huge Roy fan. I want to pick the perfect one that I can find in the store. And so I want to wait till Target gets them, and I'm going to go through every one until I find one with perfect paint apps. I didn't really care as much about Michael, even though I care about Michael a lot. But for Roy, it had to be right, and I'm actually going to probably buy 2 of those. There's no problem. I'm going to buy 2 once I see him in store. I'm also going to buy the Candyman when it comes out. You guys know, just hit the subscribe button if you hadn't. I'm going to have you covered on all these horror figures, but I'm going to buy some other stuff. I do have a custom Roy right here that I made, and I like it a lot. That I did a mixed bag to get to that Roy, and I've also got a 1/6 scale Roy back there as well that I really like. So yeah, I'm gonna stick that new Roy right beside him as soon as I get him, but I just don't have him yet. So we'll be getting. I'll be getting Sam from Trick or Treats soon too. That just reminded me. All right, guys. Well, If you don't have any questions or anything, I just want to share this with you. I was also able to finally secure that Storm figure today, the Retro 80s Storm for my Marvel Legends. So I'm one step closer to finishing my Jim Lee X-Men. So super excited about that. So yeah, we're in good shape. So this has just been my initial impressions and my unboxing of the ultimate Michael Myers from Halloween Part 2 NECA figure, NECA release. Should be dropping very soon, about a couple weeks in the stores, but you know, people are getting them now. Obviously, I got it now. You can get them online if you pre-order. Great figure, great addition. You guys just hound NECA, hound them. We need a 78 Michael Myers, please. We need a 1/6 scale and we need a 7-inch.
Retro Force said, I have a feeling NECA release another 78 Myers.
I hope so.
And Sean said the Ultimate Annabelle is a must-have.
Oh yeah, when that drops with that freaking little toy window thing that she sits in, that glass, that's gonna be sick. No doubt. Gotta get that too. I've also pre-ordered the other Night of the Demon figures. I'll show you guys that when I get it. I've got some DBZ figures pre-ordered. I've got the 1/3 scale Michael Myers figure that is coming from Pop Culture Shock. I'm also going to probably get the Candyman. Ain't no problem. I'm going to get the 1/3 Candyman from them as well whenever that drops. I've got the 1/6 scale Pennywise on my radar. I've got Freddy, Mesco Freddy, that's pre-ordered. I got a lot of stuff. Anything, you know, mainstream horror, I'm going to get. I do want to get the ECC, I guess it's ECC, but I don't know who it is. But the Ash that's coming out, and they got a Pennywise. But them figures are like $3,000. So for those statues, rather, they're premium formats. So we'll see.
I don't know who this unknown user is. He said swap head with the 2018 one. Then he said it looks like 78, and Bruce said he late.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I really like this Michael a lot, and you could swap it. You know, there's a lot. Let me look at some stuff real quick before we get off. I'm just curious here. Let me bring this guy in just to show. We're going to take his head sculpt off because these should fit. Put this one on. Yeah. That's freaking crazy, right? Darker. Coveralls. You know, I bought 2 of this figure and I screwed up a little bit because one of them has really bad hips, as you can see, of this remake Myers, or the new movie Myers, not remake. And I gave the better body to my Roy figure because I modified that to make a Roy because I didn't know when we were going to get one from NECA. Lo and behold, you know, a year later we got it. But yeah, this is I don't know. What do you think? You like?
I don't like that hair.
You don't like? I like it.
I don't like that hair.
I like it. I think it's fine. Let me go with the stretched face just so y'all can see it on the new suit. These are both the NECA suits, so you can see them real quick. There you go. It's like one of them Spider-Man things when they're pointing at each other. But yeah, that looks pretty close. The nose, you can tell this mask is stretched here. I like to study this mask face because there's so many different interpretations of it. But you know, I like the one with the bleeding eyes the best. I think that just looks really amazing.
Retro Force said maybe you can paint his hair brown, turn it into a Myers head.
Yeah, because it really is a freaking 78. That's what this is. It's just, I could absolutely paint it, and that's all you got to do. And that's maybe why they gave it to you, make your own 78. So you could buy a second one of these and make a 78 with this mask, because you can see Trina, see how this was not stretched out? The nose, and see how the nose on that other one is stretched out? See how the hair's a little wilder? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let me bring out my 78 custom that I've done, just so we can take a look at it. And
Bruce said it looks amazing. He got to pick them up.
Yeah, that's a must pick up if I don't kill myself coming around here. Alright, buddy. You gotta move out of the way. Lori's having some trouble standing, you guys, so It's those combat boots. I'm gonna lean her for right now. I've got to get some new coveralls for my Michael because these coveralls are trash that I got. But I just want to show you what this is. The Darkest Eyes head sculpt by One's Custom, and I want to show it to you so you can get an idea of what the difference between these two One's Custom head sculpts are, just so you can have an idea. Because I think One does some of the best. Mad Bug does some good 1/6 head sculpts as well, but I think One does a really good job with the head sculpt. So if you look here, I think that's a really amazing Michael Myers 1/6 head sculpt personally. I know the hair is not 100% accurate, but that's my interpretation. You know, I think the collar's a little bit too big. I got these coveralls early on from David Tucker, and I just hadn't swapped them out yet because I'm buying so much different stuff. But when you look at these two, both of these are One's Custom head sculpts. You can see the difference in them. Part 1 to part 2 on your left, part 1 on your right, and I really like both of them for what they are. I don't think that version of One's part 2 is as accurate as it could be. It's fine. I may go back in and repaint it, but I also think that this mask is not quite right in color either, and part of it is the lighting in here. I think the mask on the color on this part 2 is probably the most accurate. But I think NECA does a really good job nailing accuracy, and I think that this dude looks amazing. So anyway, you guys, that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for putting up with me and watching all my content. Michael Myers table comparison, Michael Myers convention.
Retro Force said the V2 has the look from H4 cover.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're gonna pick them up. Let me know. Share with me some links to your collection. I'd love to see. I know some of y'all have some amazing collections too. I can't be the only one. I am going to try and collect all of the Aliens 3 stuff as well. I'm just looking around the room, just trying to see. I'm gonna be selling a ton of stuff too. Like a lot of my Funko Pops, I'm just not gonna utilize them anymore. I'm gonna keep just my wife's and a few of mine. I'm gonna be getting rid of some of my Hot Toys just because I gotta make space. So stay tuned for a room update. I'll probably do something like that once we get around Christmas time. Anyway, you guys be amazing. Thank you for being amazing and watching me ramble on and talk about stuff that we both love, that we all love. I'll see you guys later. Y'all take care. Next video from me should be Voltron. My Voltron should be here Thursday. So it'll be my Solar Chigokin. And we'll be talking about that this weekend. Y'all take care.